Hey guys, thank you so much for clicking on this video. My name is Chris. They finally released the Avengers 4 trailer. I'm gonna go ahead and break down some of the details I see in it at first glance, any possible Easter eggs and hints towards the plot. This is sort of a teaser trailer, even though it's over 2 minutes long, but I think there's enough here to pack on that we can speculate about what's gonna go on in this movie. And also let me know what you think down below. If I missed anything at all in this trailer that you think is important, go ahead and comment down below. And if you have not watched the trailer, I encourage you to go see it yourself, guys, because I'll be cutting and pausing in between, so this will be pretty annoying if it's your first time seeing the trailer. But skip all the introductions, let's get right into this.
Stay on. Hey, Miss Potts. If you find this recording, don't feel bad about this. Part of the journey is the end.
Alright, so right there starting off, no trailer in the Avengers or Marvel world is good without a character narration. And with this one, we get to start it with Tony Stark, and this is the perfect way to begin the trailer because it's the same way we began this series, with the first Iron Man film. So the fact that he's narrating it and letting us know, it looks like he's trapped in the Milano, that's the Guardian ship. Everybody knew that Tony Stark and Nebula were probably going to get off the planet of Titan after the battle with Thanos using that ship. And if you look at the interior of it, where Tony Stark is sitting, I mean, it's pretty quiet. It looks like they're preserving as much power as possible to get this ship as far as they can possibly go. You see a little lights on here, but that could just be the autopilot taking them to Earth. And then what's gonna make us all cry when we watch this movie is him saying another goodbye to Pepper Potts. I mean, if him doing it in the first one wasn't bad enough, it's gonna hurt like a bee here. And this doesn't sound like the first message he's recorded, so there's probably other ones that we're gonna get to see throughout the movie that he's recorded in hopes that if he dies, that somebody will find this mask and get it to Earth. But let's continue on going from there.
Food and water ran out 4 days ago. Oxygen will run out tomorrow morning. That'll be it. When I drift off, I will dream about you. It's always you.
So yeah, this is interesting that they're going to include this in the movie. I just thought it was going to be a simple get on the ship, Nebula will teach them how to fly it, Tony Stark would help get the coordinates for the correct planet, and then they would just be over there, and that journey will take about a day, but in movie time it would take about 5 minutes. But they're really going to expand on this, that he's adrift in space, going as far as to say that we know for sure he's been in there for at least 5 days, because he says 4 days ago food and water ran out, and pretty soon the oxygen is going out the next morning. From this shot right here, it looks like he's finally reaching some sort of destination. If it's not Earth, it could be another planet where he's going to get the tools and rescue equipment he needs to get him that extra mile. I wonder how this is going to take into the plot, if maybe they're going to hint to some of the Eternals, because we know that's a movie they're coming up with, and with them still being in space, is that something we're going to get hint towards? Or maybe is space another way into the quantum realm, and that's how he's going to find his way out? We still know very little about the quantum realm and how it completely works, but I mean, I'm pretty sure there's more passageways than the one Hank Pym and Scott Lang created.
Thanos did exactly what he said he was going to do.
And right there, they're really being assholes and reminding us of that snap with that Marvel logo going away. I still think that's a pretty cool effect that they went on and did. And jumping on from that, we also get shots directly pulled from the comic books. Now this is Thanos using his armor as sort of a scarecrow on this farm planet where he's enjoying vacation and saving the galaxy in his opinion. Not only that, but also this is the only shot of Thanos we get from an angle of his hands and feet. And if you notice, it's a very different outfit than we're used to. It could be this outfit from the comics, that Tarzan / farmer look that I'm sure if a breeze goes by, we'll get to see an Easter egg of Thanos' eggplant. Now this is actually going to be the only shot of Thanos that we're going to get in this trailer. Now I think that's pretty important because they want to still hint that no, this guy's going to be the center villain, but our heroes are dealing with a lot more crap right now. But it's still good to remind us who's the baddie of this film.
He wiped out 50% of all living creatures.
But one thing I want to focus on here is Mark Ruffalo's character, Bruce Banner, looking at these pictures of heroes. Some of these heroes include Scott Lang, Peter Parker, and Shuri. Now, to me, this is people that are actually missing, that might not have been dusted, being that we know how Ant-Man 2 ends and he's stuck in the quantum realm and we don't really know how he's going to get out, except for the end of the trailer. We'll get to that in a sec. But we know Spider-Man for sure was dusted, but I mean, none of these heroes on Earth know that he was dusted, so they're just going to presume him missing up in space with Tony Stark. And then we also have Shuri's picture here, which is sort of interesting to me because from what I remember, she was not dusted. But my theory on that is with her brother dying and the throne going on to M'Baku, she decides to focus her time on figuring out how to stop this, how to go back, how to save her brother, because she loves him to death. And I'm sure this puts her in a place of hiding where they don't really know where she's at. We can't contact her. She's one of the smartest people in this planet and we can't find her. I'm sure there's other heroes on the list, but just from that brief shot, that's what we get.
We lost. All of us. We lost friends. We lost family. We lost a part of ourselves. This is the fight of our lives.
Oh, and these quick shots here, we get a lot of information. Starting off with, we get to see an empty Avengers headquarters. Now, we knew since 50% of them are gone that there's really going to be a lot of employees coming in the next day. But there's a lot of people at the end of Avengers who survived that don't show up in this trailer and are nowhere to be seen in the headquarters. So where are they? I imagine something like Don Cheadle's character, Rhodey, is going out and doing public support. Being involved with the military, is going on national TV and trying to calm people down. We know Cap and Widow are at Avengers headquarters trying to figure out what to do. Bruce Banner's character is there as well. And then we get a shot of the mighty Thor taking a nice sitting, and if you could see, there's some cold breath coming out of him, so that's pretty interesting to me of why there's no AC in this Avengers headquarters. At least that's what I'm assuming. This could still be that he's at Wakanda and he decided to stay there while the Avengers go back to the headquarters. But if you look at this shot from Mark Ruffalo and you zoom into that back, it looks like the same backdrop behind Thor that he's sitting right there. And finally, confirmation that Nebula is in that ship with Tony Stark there, and I'm sure she just loves having a depressed Tony Stark on her ship. And now I wonder if the ramifications of what's going to happen if the oxygen runs out, is this going to affect Nebula as well? Because she is a cyborg, so I would think that she's more robot than actually a person. It'd be interesting to know how much of her system still depends on oxygen and things like that, or if after the oxygen goes out, she's going to be able to be just fine and carry on the mission. And from the narration that Captain America is doing, he goes on and talks about that we've lost everything, friends, family, and at this shot, she is touching a bag. Now, some people might think that this is the shoulder of Tony, that he's gone ahead and passed away on the ship, but I actually think that this is the corpse of Gamora. She's going in and remorsing her death and went ahead and saved her body, I'm assuming. But I mean, again, that's a stretch because I don't know if she's aware where the Soul Stone was, and even after that, did Gamora's body stay on that planet, or did it get sucked into the Soul Stone like some of us are speculating? Either way, I don't think that's Tony Stark who died on there. I just do think that's the corpse of somebody, or all the piles of ashes of everybody who was left on Titan. It might not even be the body bag of Gamora. It could just be where she sits on the ship, and being that she was with the crew for a little bit, she knows her chair, so maybe just looking at her chair gives her the feelings. And interesting enough, we also get to see Hawkeye finally. We don't get to see him in the Avengers movie, but we get to see him in the trailer. And he is Ronin, taking on that persona. Now, it'll be interesting to see if they call him Ronin or not, or if maybe that's just what he's known in Japan, because that's where he's located right now in this trailer. There's speculation and a rumor going out from a previous trailer description that he was going to be joining the Yakuza, and that's the Japanese mafia. And from what it looks like he's killing some Japanese mafia men, or some Japanese men who like to dress very nice, because he's cleaning his knife there from the blood using his arms, and his costume is notably different than we know it to be. But looks like Black Widow's on a mission to get him back on the good side, because I'm assuming from the narration where they say lost friends and family and they cut straight to Clint, I'm pretty sure all his family dusted away and he does not want to stay friends with the people who let that happen. But I also don't understand why my family's gone, universe in trouble, Japanese mafia. But I'm sure it'll be explained well in the movie when we get some context of why he went this route.
This is gonna work, Steve.
I know it is. Because I don't know what I'm gonna do if it doesn't.
And right here, just like you're assuming, I'm assuming that this is them about to go into the quantum realm or figure out what's about to happen, the time travel element that'll be involved in this movie, that are going to try and reverse the events of what happened in Avengers Infinity War. I just love that line about Cap saying, I don't know what I'm going to do if it doesn't. This guy's been suicidal from the start. I can't imagine what's going to happen if this mission doesn't pass. Let's save Cap, guys. And of course, we get another confirmation that directors, producers, and studios just lie to us endlessly until they want to reveal their information. Avengers Endgame. Now, this was a title that was revealed way back. I think even the day after Infinity War came out, that's what people assumed the title would be from that line from Doctor Strange. And I think it's a suitable enough title. I mean, it really is the end of a big chapter in the MCU. And I'm sure however this film ends, even if it's a happy ending or a semi-melancholy ending, it's going to leave huge repercussions for the following years, the following films. So I'm pretty fine with the title, but just can't trust anything anybody says nowadays.
Hi, is anyone home? This is Scott Lang. We met a few years ago at the airport in Germany. Got really big.
Is this an old message?
Ant-Man, I know you know that.
It's the front door.
That's me. Can you buzz me in?
And we get that last little stinger right there of Paul Rudd's character Scott Lang showing up to Avengers headquarters trying to get in. Now, this is shocking for a few reasons, because one, now we know he's for sure getting out of that quantum realm at the end of Ant-Man and the Wasp, but the how and where he's gonna end up, or more specifically the when, because we know there are time portals in there and maybe he slipped in through one and that's how he got out. And that's gonna be my theory on this, because Cap goes on to say to Black Widow, is this an old message? Cap being in this timeline was pretty familiar now with technology and how it works, so for him to question the validity of this message I think is important. And because if you also zoom in and look at the area where Paul Rudd is showing up, that's a gated tower with some locks. That looks like very minimal security for the Avengers headquarters. Don't you think they'd have something more high-tech to a building that looks like this? So that being the entrance of the headquarters, just a gate fence with a chain link, and that's gonna stop people from intruding? No, I'm thinking that this is maybe a clip from the past. Especially since Ant-Man isn't in his costume and we've seen him break into Avengers headquarters before, and if it's that important of a message or something that he really needs to tell them, he would not go ahead and knock on the door and ask politely. He would just jump in and look for them. And that's also something to bring up here, that he does not have his suit on, so where is it? Did it get damaged exiting the quantum realm? Is it not working properly? And if this is an old message and it goes back a few years, maybe it might even be the 90s and he's gonna show up with Captain Marvel, some sort of Easter egg in her movie. I don't know, that's just my speculation. It could just be that Cap didn't understand how messages work and this is present time and he's just showing up there to say, hey, I think I have a way that we can reverse all this. I got a time machine. Let's go. Overall, as a trailer, I thought it was perfectly fine. I mean, it got me excited to see the movie. I'm glad we got some shots, but I'll be completely honest, I enjoyed the Captain Marvel trailer just a little more. And I know I'm gonna get a lot of dislikes as soon as I just said that, because there's tons of people who didn't enjoy the latest Captain Marvel trailer, and I understand that. Some people are just hesitant about the movie itself, or feel like it's pushing a political agenda, which is just crazy. It's really not. But to me, it's just the excitement of we're seeing these characters, what's gonna happen, we're continuing the story. And that's great and all, but I don't feel it really captured my excitement like that first Avengers Infinity War teaser. If you go back and watch that, this thing is pretty underwhelming. Now I understand why the Russo brothers go on and say it's not part 1 and part 2, because this does definitely feel like a different movie, the vibe, the atmosphere of it, and I just think that's the importance of sticking to the dramatic elements of this movie, and they're going to show the action stuff maybe later on in the second trailer. So far, I still really like it. I still enjoy it. We all have different opinions, guys. If you like this trailer better, then I'm happy for you. Like I said, please go ahead and comment down below, like and subscribe. Tell me what you think about this trailer, any speculation or thoughts of where this is headed and what they're hinting at. I'm sure there's tons of things I missed, but I was just trying to help you out, guys, and feed your appetite of wanting some breakdown and Easter eggs. Thanks again for watching, but as always, I'm Chris. Take care.